Welcome, everybody, to Trailers from the Crypt with your host, Dexter Darkley. This is our first episode, so I was thinking I would bring something special to our table. The trailer I'm going to show you today is a trailer called Clownhouse. This film came out in 1989 when the big subgenre of clown horror movies are coming to play. I'll show you the trailer first, so you could get an understanding of why this movie was creepy, and then I'll tell you the little history behind it, which is more terrifying than the movie itself. So, here we go with the trailer. Catch you in a bit.
The clowns, Randy, they're here.
The darkest of dark, though the flesh is young and the hearts are strong, precious life cannot be long. Something very soon is cutting through your lifeline.
You never know what they really are.
The circus can be the main event for many a young boy. But for Casey, all this clowning around is about to come to an end. Clownhouse, now available on video cassette.
If you can't understand the plot of the film from the trailer, it's about these three young brothers that on Halloween they go to the circus, which is already a bad idea for some people. And when they go there, these three mental patients decide to kill these clowns and terrorize these three young brothers. Now, when it comes to this type of film, it's kind of ingenious because we haven't seen mental patients take a clown form just to terrorize these three brothers, which is also very funny too, because most of the time of the film, when you look at all these brothers, they're in their tighty whities, they're in their underwear, some of them are really sweaty. It's kind of weird, till you realize the reason why this film is the way it is, which is why I'm going to get into the history of it, especially with the director himself. The film director was Victor Silva. If anyone knows who that is, he's the one who did Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2. Also did another film called Powder. Now, the director, Victor, was not a nice person. Apparently, during production, 12-year-old star Nathan Forrest was sexually assaulted and being molested by the director, Victor Silva. Now, that's more terrifying than the movie itself, to be quite honest. But Silva only served 15 months of a 3-year prison term, which was quite odd, especially around that time. Now, with that history behind us right now, I know what you're thinking. Why would I watch this film? I don't want to see it, especially knowing about this. That's the history behind the film. The film itself is actually really good and actually leaves a mark on you. See, I thought this film was Killer Clowns from Outer Space 2 as a kid. But the thing was, I didn't remember the name of the film. So for years, until I was about 19 or 20, I had this recurring nightmare of this film, of these clowns killing people in this house. And it was so bizarre, and I was trying to look for this film everywhere until I finally figured out what it was. Now, this film is generally creepy and very intense. You really need to do yourself a favor and actually watch this film. It also is the film debut of Sam Rockwell. If you don't remember Sam Rockwell, he was in Iron Man 2. That's the only film I can really think of right now of him in it, which he was terrible in. I'm sorry. I didn't like it, the film. I know a lot of people didn't. Anyway, This film will grab you and won't let go. And that's why I brought it up. And I hope when you do find it, which I'll say it is very limited, like really hard to find. I know there are some, YouTube channels that would have it somewhere, or if you could find a DVD somewhere or a VHS, trust me, you will not be disappointed. Clownhouse is my first recommendation of great horror. With that said, this is Dexter Darkley from Trailers from the Crypt. Hopefully to see you in your nightmares or your dreams. Good night.